Welcome back, everyone. Today we're going to be shedding light on the ramifications appertaining to procrastinating to complete tasks. So, what are the repercussions appertaining to procrastinating to complete tasks? Without further ado, without further delay, allow me to demystify that answer to that inquiry right here, right now. Lamentably, when you procrastinate to complete a task, your productivity is severely undermined. If you need a respite, if you need a reprieve, if you need to take a hiatus or a sabbatical or a break, then let your manager know. Let the individual who assigned you the task know that you want to defer to complete it. And maybe they'll possibly make a dispensation and acquiesce to accommodating your request so that you could earmark your time as you deem fit and not squander a copious amount of time procrastinating to complete a task. When you procrastinate to complete tasks in life, you wind up hemorrhaging time. You wind up needlessly squandering time, and you can't enjoy yourself in the interlude nor in the interim. In the intervening time, you are more than likely going to be stressed out, anxious, and miserable because you know that you have a task that's pending completion, which is a thought that is always lurking in the chasms of your mind. It metaphorically pervades every chasm in your mind. So, it is not a viability. It is not deemed to be feasible to try to relax as you're procrastinating to complete tasks, since you're going to be acutely stressed out by having the owner's burden of having to complete that task as you're trying to relax. So, it does not make a modicum of sense to squander this time. Hone in on completing the task. Complete the task in an expeditious manner. Get it in way before the deadline elapses. And then you'll have time to yourself to allocate as you deem fit. And you'll be able to relax without having a looming task pervade the chasms of your mind. These pending tasks should be completed. You should not defer to complete them. So, what are the repercussions beyond just squandering your sacrosanct, indispensable, finite, precious, and valuable time when you procrastinate to complete tasks in life? Well, beyond the forfeiture of time, beyond the needless expenditure of time, you're also at risk. You're also at a higher probability of missing the deadline. In other words, you may inefficaciously complete the task. It may take you a prolonged period of time to complete, and it may culminate in you potentially losing your job. You may be ousted from your company if you do not complete the tasks that have been assigned to you before the deadline elapses. So it can culminate in you becoming unemployed. It is unfortunate, it is lamentable, and it is a grave ramification appertaining to procrastinating to complete tasks. It renders you more poised, more primed, and more apt to miss deadlines. And if you miss deadlines, there are severe repercussions. It is unfortunate and dismal, but it is what it is. Whoever assigned you the task has leverage over you, and you are beholden to them if they are your employer. So even though they may not care an iota about your health, dignity, happiness, wealth, and future, as an employee, you are essentially obliged to perform your due diligence, which can entail expeditiously completing tasks that have been assigned to you by your employer. So, when you procrastinate, it culminates in you needlessly not only depleting your time, but also culminates in you needlessly hemorrhaging your energy, mental bandwidth, and having less time to allocate as you deem fit in the pending future. It is ineffably inefficient. It is ineffably inefficacious. It is ineffably unproductive. It is ineffably unfruitful to procrastinate while attempting to complete tasks. If you add up all the time that you needlessly depleted procrastinating, you will ascertain that you more than likely forfeited years of your life procrastinating to complete tasks. It is truly a sheer and utter, unalloyed squanderance of time, energy, and mental bandwidth. Do not needlessly expend mental bandwidth. Do not imprudently allocate your time. You should shrewdly, prudently, wisely, and strategically allocate your time. Do not live a desultory, aimless life. Live a meaningful, fulfilling, worthwhile, laudable, meritorious, inspirational, interesting, exhilarating, stimulating, exciting, eventful life. When you procrastinate in life, you're also procrastinating to reach your overarching goals and reach your higher aspirations. And you're also procrastinating to actualize your latent potential. You want to be able to thrust your life in a forward movement trajectory. The future is enigmatic and obscure beyond a veil of time. You're better off strategically working hard, even if you do not do an impeccable job, than procrastinating for the prospect of believing that if you were to complete a task in the pending future that you would do a better job. It just does not make any sense, especially when time is finite and it cannot be replenished. You do not need to be pedantic. You do not need to be prissy about every little thing. You do not need to stress the nitty-gritty. You're better off completing something, even if it is 95% impeccable, than you are deferring to do something with the prospect of having it be slightly better in the pending future. So, when you procrastinate, you're essentially deferring to live your life. And you're a little more apt to miss deadlines. And it's going to take you longer to reach your overarching goals and reach your higher aspirations and complete tasks, as well as reach daily objectives. So when you procrastinate in life, you're more apt to lose your job if you neglect to complete tasks in an expeditious manner. You're more apt to yield undesirable outcomes in life. And you're more apt to have scant spare time if you spent far longer completing tasks than deemed necessary due to procrastinating. There are divertissements everywhere. Do not divert your attention away from completing the task at hand. Complete the task at hand. And do not desist, abstain, nor refrain from doing so. If you need to take a respite, a sabbatical, a hiatus, a reprieve, a break, let your employer know. And that way you will not have the stress of knowing that a task needs to be immediately completed when you are disinclined, reticent, and deterred to complete it. We all need breaks. We all need sabbaticals. We all need reprieves. We all need vacations. There's a context for everything. So, if a task has been assigned to you, and if you cannot fulfill your responsibility to complete it before the deadline elapses, then let your employer know so that you're less apt to succumb to their wrath, and so that they can hopefully make a dispensation to accommodate you if you were to complete the task in the pending future after your sabbatical elapsed. So I hope that you deem this video to be insightful and enthralling. You should do your utmost best to abstain from procrastinating, especially when completing tasks that need to be completed in an expeditious manner. There are pressing demands that should be assuaged, and neglecting to assuage these pressing demands can yield undesirable results, especially if the person who assigned the task to you has enormous leverage over you as your employer. So I hope that you deem this video to be intriguing, mesmerizing, riveting, insightful, and of course, captivating. Have a blissful day. Goodbye.